Yo, what's good? It's none iller. You tuned into Mogul Mined, and this is Let's Talk Music. Today, we're talking about, is it time for you to get a manager? Better yet, do you need a manager? Let's look at this. As an artist, it becomes difficult to do a lot yourself. That's when you're asking yourself, do I need a manager? Do I need someone to take over this load? Maybe, maybe not. What is the determining factor for you getting a manager? Do you have something to manage? You can't get a manager because managers work off percentages, by the way. If you get a manager who wants a lot of money up front, you may not sound too good. You need to figure out the terms because, also managers aren't supposed to pay for everything up front. That's not what a manager does either. They manage what you have going on. A manager manages the income that you have coming in, and they also make sure that you have ways of bringing that income in. Okay, let's get that straight. So, when do you need a manager? You got this mixtape out. You got 1,000 views. I'm pushing some numbers up because I know that's not where you are yet, but you'll get there. You have a few people asking for features, and you do a show maybe once every other month, maybe once a month. You don't need a manager because chances are you're paying for those shows at this moment. You don't need a manager. And it is better to do it yourself because you care about yourself, you care about your brand, you care about your image, and you actually want to make it. You have to care about yourself before you get a bad manager. Don't go get your friend, your homeboy, your girlfriend, your wife, whoever who has no managing experience and make them your manager. They will not properly campaign your product, and there's a lot of emotions that get intertwined when you mix personal with business. Meaning they won't really do what they have to do, especially if you guys get in a fight, an argument. When you have a manager, they're supposed to tell you what to do sometimes, and not to mention, it works the other way too. You're supposed to tell them what to do sometimes, meaning they're supposed to give their recommendations. You are supposed to come at them when they don't do what they're supposed to do. If you have family, friends, your significant other, it's not going to happen that way, period. Never. Unless they have done this before. If you have someone in your life who happens to have managed other acts and is successful at doing that, I still wouldn't do it, but you can consider it. But you should not go pursue a manager just because you have talent. Now, if you have a little name buzzing and you have someone who can actually probably bring some money in for you, consider it, but be honest with yourself in that process. Don't go get a manager because it sounds good. Trust me. You telling a DJ, telling anyone else, oh, you have to speak to my manager, and you have no credibility yet, you are more of a headache than someone to look up to. So keep that in mind. And as far as managers, if you're listening, don't sell dreams to the artists who don't know what you're doing yet. There's certain things you need to figure out on both ends. If you are being charged up front, it's most likely wrong for you. Period. If that manager is not doing their job, you're most likely not getting gigs. You're not getting any kind of placements on songs. They're not campaigning you for you to be their artist. There's a reason why you get a manager. You get a manager when stuff is going too chaotic from you being in demand, and you need someone else to kind of filter out the nonsense to make sure your money comes in properly. If you don't have that, you need to chill and fall back and figure out a way to make it happen. Because there's no other reason or worry for you to be stressing over a manager without nothing to manage. Period. Anyway, y'all know the drill. Just some quick info, all that, and tune in. This is another episode of Let's Talk Music with none iller.